What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Big GucciSoldierCaptain back here once again. How's the wife? How's the kids? Great, perfect, amazing. Today, we're going to be checking out when evil cops realize they've been arrested. You ever been in one of those positions where you just catch somebody lacking and they have no idea that it's coming? It's like they're just going about enjoying their day, right? And then you just randomly unveil your trap card. You're like, by the way, remember 4 months ago when you now all of a sudden their entire day is ruined, week is ruined, life is ruined. But you don't just do it for no reason. You know, there's obviously a purpose behind it. Like maybe they did some shit. Maybe they slept with your sister, you know. That's what I imagine happens to these cops when they inevitably get arrested for doing their felonious acts that they get themselves involved in. That's not to say that, you know, we don't support law enforcement. I support law enforcement. We just support law enforcement here, okay? Just not the ones that have, you know, stopped and harassed me in the past for no reason. Anyways, with all that being said, we're going to get into this. Hopefully I don't actually spill this time all over the place. Let's get into it.
Evil and corrupt cops.
Whoa! Oh!
I can't believe what you're telling me.
Here are 5 shocking examples of when evil cops realize they're going to prison. Starting out,
hate to see it. I mean, love to see it.
Was found in a hotel room sitting on top of his police chief's dead body.
Whoa!
Chief Johnny Miller were away for a conference, and one night.
What kind of sadistic shit?
Drinks. But after a long night of drinking, Mike woke up in police custody and was immediately taken to the very same room he'd been interrogating suspects in for the last 10 years.
God damn.
It wasn't him.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
So tell me, Mike, you guys flew out of Tulsa?
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City, okay. And to Pensacola?
Yep.
Was it direct?
Is that nigga on Facebook? What's he doing?
Where'd you guys stop? Houston.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then from there?
Got to the hotel and that's it.
Mike is keeping all his answers short, which is a good idea in this situation.
Smart man.
It's up for debate whether it's because he knows it's the best move or just because he's still extremely hungover.
Any problems or anything going on at crowd? Just normal dinner or what?
It's normal.
Any drinks there or just dining with?
A couple beers. And
Was it a
Couple bears, you know.
late dinner or what?
it's pretty early. It was I don't think it was dark yet.
Tell me what you guys did once you got back to the hotel.
Why did he say it like that? That's weird.
Watched football game. That was a Dallas game starting.
Mike said the night consisted of a football game and a couple beers, but in reality, things went much further than that. Revealed that both men's blood alcohol levels were around or above 0.3. To put that in perspective, a level of 0.4 is widely considered to be a fatal dose, and 0.3 will likely result in alcohol poisoning.
Ooh.
That can lead to death and loss of consciousness.
Thank God I'm not like a raging alcoholic, man. See, I don't even know any of this stuff because I don't drink, you know, unless like there's a lot of Hennessy around. But, you know, apart from that, you know, I make sure to like, you know, keep my ass as far away from alcohol as possible. I'm not like, you know, God bless America and their Budweiser.
Either way, both men will have been completely out of control of their own emotions and actions, likely leading to the horrifying events that occurred that night.
Oh.
Do you remember hotel staff or hotel?
Somebody definitely disrespected somebody's wife.
Keep it down.
I don't remember that.
So what is the last thing you remember as far as that evening until the football game?
I mean, I know you're asking me questions, but can I ask you a question?
No, that's not how this works.
Okay.
What?
Who is dead?
Dead.
Dead.
Yes, sir.
I guess I probably don't have anything else to say then.
Yeah, get a lawyer. Lawyer up.
Nothing to say to you.
Lawyer up.
Initially told he was brought in for a homicide investigation, but only now told that it's his police chief Miller who died. Remember, Mike was so drunk last night that he almost certainly doesn't remember a thing.
Yeah.
So knowing how bad his current position is, he decides to invoke his right to silence, telling the cops that he's got nothing else to say.
Smart man.
But these are trained detectives, and they're about to put all their years of experience to work.
Ooh. Ooh. Let them cook. Let them cook.
I had no idea what I was being charged with.
Yeah, you're being charged with second-degree murder, and you're fixing to be booked in the Escambia County Jail with no bond.
Chee!
Your wife,
Okay.
and
The victim.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
yes.
Okay.
You have any questions for us?
I mean, I've got 1,000 of them, but I mean, really doesn't make it.
It really doesn't.
Well, I mean, sure it does. I mean, if you want to talk, we'll sit here and listen to you talk. I mean, we'd love to know what.
Got him. Got him.
I mean, that's up to you. I mean, we'll answer your questions, you know, in return. So.
Oh, let them cook.
What happened to you know.
Well, I mean, do you want to continue to talk to us? If you do, then I mean, we'll tell you what happened.
I mean, I would love, I would like to know.
I would like,
Because I'm telling you, I don't have any memory of any of this shit, and I'm shocked.
You want to continue talking to us?
Yeah, I mean, I'll continue to talk.
Damn.
The detectives
Damn.
use 2 techniques here to persuade Mike into staying with them. First, they're reminded of the position he's in, almost threatening him with the punishments he's immediately facing. Then they ask if he has any questions for them. Obviously, given that they know Mike has no recollection of the previous night's events, he'll be scrambling to figure out what happened and if there's any way out of it for him.
This is the type of shit that makes me want to become a cop, man. You know, not to be an asshole and randomly arrest black people. That came out wrong. I didn't even mean for it to sound like that, but that does happen. I'm living proof. But just because I just want to catch niggas there's just such a satisfying tingly feeling, bro, of just catching a nigga lacking, bro. Oh my God, man. I live for this shit. I live for this shit, bro.
Imagine you woke up in a jail cell being told you're going to prison for killing your boss while blackout drunk. You do everything you could to piece together that night's events.
Yeah.
Mike is now starting to realize that's his only option. Watch how his demeanor changes as he starts to almost join in his own investigation.
Ooh.
I'm trying to get you to figure out what's the last thing you remember. And if the last thing you remember was watching football, do you remember drinking?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you drinking the vodka?
Yeah, I drank some vodka. Yeah.
Drank some vodka. Ugh.
Well, the first call came a little bit after 6, I believe. One of the guys that was in the room next to you didn't say you guys were arguing, just being loud, just laughing, yelling, probably. So the next noise complaint came out about 9 minutes till 10. This time he can't get anybody to come to the door. All he hears, he's knocking. He hears just grumbling, grunting, uses his car to get in, is on the ground between the bed and the wall. You are sitting on his chest.
What kind of
His face
shit?
is beaten. The statement that was given by the second noise complaint could hear a male saying, "Mike, stop, Mike, stop."
Mike, stop. Mike, stop.
Mike reiterates that he's got absolutely
What kind of freaky shit?
and had no animosity towards Miller at any point.
Was he fighting him or was he?
He also doesn't show remorse at any point. He just sits there confused and quite obviously only concerned for himself, repeating that he just can't believe what happened. The officers detail a little more about Miller's body and try desperately to get Mike to remember anything at all about the events. But he just sits there in complete disbelief.
Guilty.
I mean, you can't think of anything that would have triggered you to jump on.
Nothing. I mean, it's nothing.
They gotta start saying pause more, bro. I don't like the way they saying these things.
Anything else?
You got any questions for us, Mike, before we get you across the street?
No, I guess I'm getting booked into jail, and
Yeah, that's it.
Get you booked in the jail and put in special housing over there so that you're not back there with the heads and stuff.
right.
Wait, special housing? What?
Custody. You're not wanting to harm yourself or anything, are you?
No.
Michael Neely was indeed booked into jail and subsequently sentenced to life in prison on account of second-degree murder.
Good shit.
But Michael took all this news surprisingly well. He just sat there and accepted his life was basically over, in complete contrast to the corrupt tactics of this police captain. Captain James French was caught drinking and driving and followed home by an officer. What followed was
Drinking and driving?
of police corruption ever caught on camera.
Stay in your vehicle. Back in your car. I'm drunk?
I'm the captain, mother. Who the fuck? I'm the captain, bro. What you talking about?
Your pocket. Get back in your car. Have a seat.
Yeah, get back in your car, bozo. Goofy.
You been drinking tonight?
I just got a ride.
He looks like Super Mario aged up by like 45 years. Look at his ass.
What police department?
Oklahoma City.
Wahoo! Looking ass motherfucker.
What division?
Investigations.
How much we had to drink tonight, sir?
Are you serious?
Huh? I'm not turning my camera off.
Okay.
This guy isn't just drunk. He's absolutely hammered, even to the point where he thinks the camera can't hear him whispering.
Oh my
Despite
God.
the captain's pleas, the officer refuses to turn off his camera.
W
and
cop.
continues with the investigation.
W
Go ahead and
cop.
Step out of the vehicle. You gotta be kidding me. How much did you drink tonight, sir?
I was at a poker game.
Yo, he was more than that a poker game, motherfucker. God damn, bro. This guy's sloshed. Look at him. Guys, are you guys seeing this? This nigga is sloshed. Look at his ass.
Not much. How much is not much?
God damn, bro.
Liquor? How many beers?
3 or 4.
4 beers? Oh my God.
How long ago did you drink your last beer, sir?
What time is it now?
It's 0140.
Midnight.
You think you should drive it?
No, but I came from 4 blocks.
Your mom lives here.
I live here.
You live here.
Yes.
Come over to the rear of your vehicle.
Okay.
You got any weapons or anything on you?
I do not, sir.
Those must have been a strong few beers, as not only was he stumbling over his words,
God.
apparently also swerving across both lanes on his way home.
Jeez, bro.
And told to stand in the open where he's tested on his balance and sobriety.
Hands down by your side, please.
Oh, he failing. He is failing.
Straight ahead. You see the tip of my pin, sir?
I do.
I want you to follow the tip of my pin.
He's failing that sobriety test. Like I failed my 9th grade math exam.
Come over here. It's a little bit more level. I'm going to demonstrate for you first. While I'm demonstrating, I want you to stand with your feet together, hands down by your side, just like this. All right, sir? What's your name?
Matt French.
Matt French. Mr. French.
Of course it's a
Like
Matt.
that for me. When I tell you to begin, okay, I'm just going to demonstrate for you first. I want you to pick a foot of your choosing. It doesn't matter if it's your left or your right foot.
I'm familiar.
Now,
Oh my God.
6 inches off the ground.
Absolutely wasted.
Toe. I want you to count by 1,000s, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, so on and so forth until I tell you to stop. At any point in time you lose your balance or your foot touches the ground, just go ahead and pick your foot back up and continue to count, okay? Do you understand these instructions I've explained to you,
I
Mr.
do.
French? You may begin.
Oh my God. Yo, he's so lost. Oh my God, bro.
I know you're aware of our body cam policy. You know I cannot turn off this body
I
cam.
do. But I'd like,
Bro, the first step.
I can't do that, sir.
please,
Are you going to do the test or not?
will you please talk to me?
I'll talk to you once we're
You can
done.
turn it off, you can turn it on.
I can turn it off once I'm done with my...
Free my boy, bro. Free this man.
Captain on the police department.
I understand that, sir.
I get
And I am
that.
a sergeant on this police officer, and
I
I've
am
taken
not.
an oath to uphold the law.
I
don't
am
show
not.
favoritism to anyone, regardless. I don't care.
W mans.
The President of the United States.
W mans.
asking you for that.
If I was to treat you differently than I was to treat like some Southside loco,
Whoa.
pedo,
Whoa. Isn't that like offensive? Like you was doing so good. You was doing so good, and then you said that. Why would you say? Is that racist? That's got to be racist. A South Side loco, dog. Come. Why why is he South Side? Why is he not like East Side, West Side, North Side? Like why does he only gotta be South? Like bro, come on now, man.
They then continue with the third and final test, involving simply walking heel to toe for 10 steps.
all right, anytime you're ready, you may begin.
1, 2, 1,
That's not even heel to toe.
3, 4,
Barely heel to toe.
6, 7, 8, 9.
All right, go ahead and turn around for me. Put your hands behind your back.
W mans.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you're done. Book his ass. Throw the book at his ass.
Back, sir.
Now that the investigation is concluded and the perp is placed under arrest, the officer turns off his camera and returns the captain to the police department.
W mans.
Not only was he suspended from his position as Oklahoma police captain, but he was also hit with the regular punishments for DUI, likely amounting to a small fine and a few months in jail.
Okay,
Punishment
that's
that
good.
Stephanie Lazarus.
He should have got arrested. I mean, look at that mustache. Like, bro.
After decades of investigations, DNA evidence revealed that Stephanie was very likely the culprit of a murder committed in 1986. 2006.
Whoa.
Because of the high-stakes nature of the case, the detectives made sure to
Murder?
this interrogation. Stephanie was a really successful detective herself, and she had recently received recommendations for her good work on a theft case. So the detectives used this and brought her in under the guise that they needed help with a case.
W.
Talk about this in the squadron because I don't know who people are listening. And if we go to my side, everybody's always wondering what everybody else is doing. Okay.
An interrogation room is a strange place for such a conversation to take place, so to put her mind at ease, detectives told her this was the place they'd least be likely to be overheard, as the case details were strictly confidential. Sherry
Strictly confidential.
After being shot 3 times. At the time, police suspected the murder was a result of a burglary gone wrong. But the case went cold when they couldn't identify the suspect. However, 23 years later, when revisiting the case, detectives found evidence that led them towards Stephanie,
Bite
a girl who
mark.
had been trapped in a love triangle with Sherry and her husband, John Rutten. So the detectives decided to bring up John's name to see how she'd react.
Were you guys friends, close friends?
Yeah, we're very close friends.
Yeah?
I mean, what's this all about?
It's a case we're working on and it involves John, and in there's notes and stuff that he knew you and stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, we were good friends. Lived in the dorms for 2 years.
Was there ever any relationship or anything that developed between you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we dated. You know, I mean, what's this all about?
Well, it's
You know what this is about, sweetheart. Don't do that.
his wife.
Both the detectives and Stephanie have tried to seem as friendly and relaxed as possible around each other, but Stephanie is obviously starting to get very anxious at this point. Even though the detectives gave a somewhat believable excuse, she is now in an interrogation room faced by 2 detectives being questioned about a girl she supposedly murdered 20 years earlier.
And she know what she
Her breathing
did.
has become faster, and her language is defensive, and her movements have become more erratic.
Guilty.
I mean, if you guys are claiming that I'm a suspect, then, you know, I got a problem with, you know, with that.
Okay.
Okay, so.
She got the crazy bitch eyes. You see those eyes? Look at them eyes, nigga.
Suspect. Well, now I got.
She got them crazy. She definitely did that. She definitely put that bitch. Because look at them eyes.
Obviously, you know about all the DNA stuff and things of the nature that, you know, gets done on cases nowadays. You know, if we asked you for a DNA swab, would you be willing to give us one?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Because now
Because
now I'm thinking I probably need to talk to a lawyer.
Stephanie chooses to provide DNA evidence, hoping her willingness to help out would ultimately prove her innocence. But, unfortunately for her, just 5 minutes later, the detectives decide they've heard enough and put her in cuffs. Months later, after a long and arduous trial, a decision was made by the jury.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant,
Guilty.
Eileen Lazarus, guilty of the crime of murder.
Yes, sir.
Murder was of the first degree.
Ooh.
27 years in prison after being hit with a single felony charge of first-degree murder.
That's it.
But to this next cop, Jalen Fleer, a single felony charge looks like child's play.
Can I ask, is this something I should have lawyers on?
In April 2020, San Diego police received tips that a man had been engaging in with a local child.
What? You gotta be shitting me, dog. You gotta be shitting me, bro. Bro, are you serious? Are you dead ass, bro? This nigga was playground sniping on the job? On the job, he was playground sniping? Nah, dude. Nah, burn. Where's the charcoal? Where's the charcoal? You don't need to take this to trial. Nah, where's the charcoal? Where's the charcoal? Just burn him. Just burn him already. Oh my God, I'm sick.
I have a lot to delve into, but I really want to get to know you first, if you don't mind.
Definitely.
Okay. So I'm gonna lean back and get comfortable. Just because. Are you comfortable? Do you want to take off your duty belt?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
No, do not tell him to take off his belt. Jeez.
We'll ask what this is about.
Yeah, so we're looking into some allegations that were made. We're kind of, it started with a Crime Stopper report, so we're just kind of going from there. We did receive a picture that, you know, when we looked into it, it looked similar to you, so I don't know if you can take a look at the picture and just tell me if you've seen this picture before. Oh, I have like 15 million things here. Okay.
As
This
soon
guy
as
makes
the
me
allegations
sick,
are
dude.
brought up, Jalen becomes visibly stressed.
Yep.
He leans forward tentatively in his chair, clasps his hands together softly, and clenches his jaw, It's obvious he's worried about whatever he's about to be shown.
Guilty!
Detectives have made it clear that he is not currently being detained and is free to leave at any time. However, she is making a noticeable effort to make him feel relaxed, using a bubbly and friendly persona to put him at ease.
Bro.
This picture right here.
Yeah,
Nah, bro. Oh my god, definitely a playground sniper.
How old were you when it was taken?
Definitely.
I don't know, 20?
20? Okay, cool. That makes it very easy. So as far as like the picture, so this photo came up in connection with some allegations about you communicating with a younger female on Snapchat.
Oh my god.
Can I ask, is this something I should have lawyers on?
Jalen is starting to seem more and more stressed. He begins to sway in his chair more and becomes more closed off with his answers. But the pressure he's feeling now is nothing compared to what the detective is about to lay on.
Oh, let her cook. Let her cook.
So, you know, this, like I said, this photo.
Put this filthy fucking playground sniper behind bars, dog.
Any connection or reason.
We do not tolerate playground sniping.
This particular person, if it wasn't shared by someone you may know or yourself.
I agree, yeah. My wife would have done it, so I don't know why she would share that. So.
Well, along with the photo came some additional information about your personal life.
Ooh.
And based on some of the information you shared with me today, it seems to add up.
Okay.
The account that shared the photo and the information was called J178211, a seemingly random selection of numbers, until you realized that 17 was his college baseball jersey number, 82 was his high school jersey number, and 2011 was the year he graduated in.
Oh.
Of Jay, they'd sure done their research.
Oh, you're cooked.
No, I never even heard of that account.
You didn't think they were gonna get to the bottom of that?
Of your with anyone.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many times would you say you've done that?
A lot.
Did you ever share any videos of you having with anyone?
With anyone? No. I've always had personal videos of me and my wife. That was it. And my ex actually had one, but.
Jalen then rightly decides that he's already answered enough of the detective's questions and asks him for a lawyer.
Nah.
However, unfortunately for him, he's quickly handed a search warrant, allowing the police to seize DNA, his phone, and his car.
Jeez.
Police used this to gather a mountain of evidence against Jalen and, just a few weeks later, turned himself in.
Thank God, dog.
With 20 felonies.
Ooh, 20 felonies?
Under the age of 14, pandering children under 16, and engaging in the child under the age of 16.
Oh my, under 16?
In prison.
That's it? He's been playground sniping and terrorizing neighborhoods and sniping a bunch of kids and all he got is 12 years? Nah, man. Nah, dude. Nah, that ain't enough, bro. That ain't enough, man. Nah. So he's probably out by now. When did this happen? He's out on road terrorizing and sniping more kids. He's out on road probably right now, quick scoping more kids. He quick scoped these kids. Only got 12 years for quick scoping kids. I can't believe this, bro. I can't believe this. They would give me 12 years for a fucking parking ticket. This nigga's quick scoping kids and he only got 12 years? It's unacceptable. This is unacceptable, man.
Fraction of the amount Grant Hardin received after a murder investigation led to the shocking discovery of a crime committed over a decade earlier. Grant has been apprehended on suspicion of murder, but the secret he was hiding would end up making him so desperate, he would try everything he possibly could to escape. On the 23rd of February, James Appleton had pulled into a parking lot on Ganridge Road to take a phone call with his brother-in-law. Suddenly, a loud banging sound was heard over the phone, and the line went dead. A passerby had spotted a white Chevrolet Malibu parked behind James's car that immediately sped away after the loud noise. When the passerby went to check on James, he was lying dead at the wheel with a gunshot wound to the head. Gateway, Arkansas is a small town of 400 people.
Sounds
so the owner of
racist.
the Chevy was quickly determined to be Grant Hardin, a 50-year-old police officer who had lived in this town his whole life. Later that night, Grant's vehicle was stopped at a police roadblock after taking his family out for dinner, and he was quickly brought in for questioning. But unfortunately for everyone involved, Grant's experience in law enforcement would prove to make this interrogation one of the most excruciating and difficult that Arkansas police had ever had to deal with.
Check your channel, I know that we haven't met. James Chamberlain. Okay. Did you used to be a
Bro must got the tech.
I recognized you, but I wasn't 100% sure where I knew you from. But somebody said that you used to be a police officer in Gateway or something like that. Okay.
The interrogation begins casually as Detective Chamberlain opens with questions about Grant's career. As they're both police officers, he assumes he can strike an immediate middle ground with him, building trust between them and hopefully getting him to relax so he'd give up information easier. A strategy that he'd soon find out had the opposite effect. Grant has then read his rights, but decides this is where he's going to start making it difficult for the detectives.
Here's the thing. I want to talk to you about what you've done today, okay? Can you just take me through when you woke up this morning to when you got stopped by the police out there in, what's the name of that road that you were on? I'm sorry, I'm going to go drunk. Gant Ridge?
I'm not going to say anything after I've been read those rights yet.
Okay. Well,
I don't know what's going on. I am kind of sickly to what I'm here for and things.
Up until this point, Grant hasn't been told what he's been brought in for, and states that he's feeling sickly given the circumstances he's been put into. Given his disturbing body language, he may also be feeling exposed and somewhat inferior due to being the suspect of a case instead of the detective for the first time in his life.
So you don't want to explain what you've done today? Did you? Is there a reason behind
Bro, he looks like Dr. Eggman without the mustache. Look at his ass.
I have the right to remain silent.
Okay. So you're telling me that you don't want to talk to me right now? Okay, cool. Hang tight right here for just a few minutes, okay?
As is normal in a case like this, the detectives leave the room for a few minutes to talk about how they're going to handle the interview. And not only does it give them time to formulate their approach, but it also gives the suspects time alone to worry about what could be going on and form anxiety regarding their situation. At the same time, though, it may also give the suspect a moment to collect their thoughts and generate their own story and approach to the interview, putting the detectives on the back foot instead.
You can't give him more time, bro. You can't give him more prep time.
Detective Cordier, I think we met once before.
Probably so.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so I don't know if I scared you at the beginning or what, but that's why I was trying to, and I can't, you see the position that I'm in, I can't tell you why you're here, but at the same time, I need to rule you out into something. Does that make sense?
When the detectives re-enter the room, they try an obviously different approach, this time attempting to set Grant at ease, stating that they just need to clear him from any wrongdoing. And then he's free to go on his way. Many people would, at least subconsciously, be inclined to open up a little more in an attempt to get out of there as soon as possible. But Grant has other ideas.
He know the tech. He know the tech.
About your day, knowing that I need to rule you out of something, or like I'm just, if you didn't do anything wrong today, you have nothing to worry about.
Yes, I would have liked to, but before the rights were read. So not knowing what's going on.
Yeah, and you understand as a detective, we read those rights to everybody who comes in here. It's not just you. It happens to everybody that walks through this room and talks to us.
As a former police officer, Grant is fully aware of all of this. He also knows that staying silent is a right and should not be used against him to imply guilt. So he continues to refuse to.
God damn, bro, this nigga's max level, dog. He knows all the tech. He's got max XP.
Told you. I guess if it was me and I was, if I was in your position, I'd be like, hey, James, I did this. Or Grant, I did this. I was at, here, and here. And I would just be done with it. But at this point, like, I can't clear you from this because you could still potentially be a suspect. I don't know if I'm not explaining it right or what is going on here.
It fine. I just have to, once the rights have been read, I have to, it says I have the right to be silent.
Yes. Okay. Just tell me this. I know you were a police officer before, right? You're a police officer in Gateway? It's an easy yes or no.
I'm being silent.
He's keeping his ass shut.
We can do this all night. I mean, it doesn't bother me. You're going to continue to be a suspect until I find out otherwise.
Okay.
Unfortunately for the detectives, Grant is exercising perfect form within this interrogation.
Yeah, bro. It's like he was. This nigga was waiting, bro.
Completely prevents the detectives from making progress.
He knew this day was coming.
Legal. This is why Detective Chamberlain is starting to appear visibly annoyed and decides to take a break from the interrogation, as letting emotions take control in an investigation like this can be extremely dangerous.
And look at the way he's sitting with his hands on his lap and shit.
This time alone can also give the suspects the chance to come up with a plan.
Oh, shit. Did he just get up and get out of the room?
I need to go
You need to go where?
home or get ready for work in a little bit.
Okay, we'll just have a seat and I'll get it for you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Hey, Brian.
Yes, sir.
The other officer told me you want to talk to me again. What's going on?
I'm just ready to go.
Okay. And I'm not ready for you to go yet, so you're not going to be able to go. I've got other things that I'm doing right now, so.
I was gonna go.
Oh,
And
no,
I
you're not
wanted
going
to
to
tell
go.
you that.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're not going
But
to
I
go.
wanted. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're not going nowhere.
Enough, in many other investigations like this, now is around the time where an officer may attempt to come to a decision regarding the suspect. The interview is obviously at a complete standstill and no progress is being made in any direction. The standard protocol would be to either gather the information needed to charge the suspect for a crime or release them based on a lack of evidence. But whether the detective thinks he can extract more information or if it was an ego-based decision, Grant is told to stay and continue the interrogation. The police then try to take some time to piece together more of the story, talking to witnesses to try and place Grant at the scene of the crime. Despite his silence being perfectly legal and acceptable, it greatly increases the detective's suspicion towards him. Suspicion that's only heightened when Grant's wife says that his only alibi was that she thought he was spreading grass seeds at the time of James's death.
Grass seeds? Kind of country ass.
And Detective Chamberlain goes back in for round 3.
Detective Cordero is talking to your wife right now. I talked to her a little bit. So I kind of got a timeline of where you were and where you weren't today. We all know what happened, okay? I'm not trying to get you in any trouble. I'm not trying to get her
That's
in
cap.
any trouble.
That's
You have
cap.
a little daughter, who's 16, who needs her parents, okay? I don't know if you've had a problem with this guy for a while, and this was an accident, or you maliciously chased him down, or what happened.
Ugh.
But if I don't get your side of the story, I won't ever know. We're writing a book. You got chapter 1, you got chapter 2, and chapter 3. Chapter 1 is what happened today, what started out today, how your day started. Chapter 2 is what led up to the incident, and chapter 3 is you telling me about what happened to lead you up to that. I know you went to eat, out tonight. I know what you said at dinner. I know that you went to Lowe's afterwards.
Damn, bro, he's got all the Cliff Notes.
Incident, and if I don't know that, I've got to assume the worst. I'll let you think about it. I'll give you one more chance here in a few minutes, and I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I'm telling you that.
Well, what happened?
I know, you know. We have witnesses that put you there. They physically ID.
Reel it in.
The 2 cars that drove by.
Reel it in.
I'm not. I just want to know why it happened. I'm going to sleep.
Put this Dr. Robotnik ass nigga behind bars. Reel it in.
The murder, when the 2 cars were parked up beside each other, the man in the white Chevrolet waved the passerby past before the gun was fired. As they passed, they were able to get a good look at the driver. And unfortunately for Grant, it was Andrew Tillman, another resident of the small town who had known him since he was a child, and was hence able to undoubtedly place him at the scene of the crime as the gun went off. Both Grant and Chamberlain know without a doubt what happened to James, but Grant also knows that his only chance of escaping is to continue to remain silent and pray that they can't gather the evidence they need.
Yo, he's breathing heavy. He look like he's breathing heavy.
Almost anything they can think of to get movement out of Grant, starting with allowing him to see his wife and daughter in hopes that it will invoke some sort of emotional reaction within him and get him to talk.
Your wife's about to leave. She wanted to give you a hug before she left. Are you good with that?
Cold-blooded killer, bro.
Okay.
All right, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Cold-blooded killer, dog.
Unfortunately,
Ain't do shit.
this doesn't work.
Ain't do shit.
Instead, Detective Cordero decides to return alone with a more calm and sympathetic demeanor in a second attempt to build trust with Grant. Often, male suspects are more likely to build a subconscious connection with female detectives due to them often thinking that they're less threatening and more understanding.
No, that's not the reason. That's not the reason. Come on now, that's bullshit. We all know why. If you have a penis and you're watching this, we know that's cap, okay? That's not the reason is because a little bit pussy's in front of you, okay? And she's talking to you all like seductively. Listen, we all know the game. Let's not sit and pretend like we don't know the game.
All right.
She gonna try raising him up.
Think about laying down up on that desk, but it looks awful hard.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll be any more comfortable up there than what you are now. Can you help me understand how we got to this point?
I don't know.
I don't know. Man, I remember being on patrol and running into you one night. Help me out on a call, back me up.
Oh.
It was way back in, I guess almost 3 years now.
Well.
Two.
Yeah, probably so.
Like that. Yeah, something like that.
You guys are always good to help us. Help
He's talking. He's talking. It's working. It's where it always works.
Up with an anecdote about how Grant apparently backed her up on a case 3 years ago. Even though he doesn't necessarily remember it, this will give him the idea that Cordero will be even more sympathetic and helpful towards him as he's done her a favor in the past. It also allows them to continue reminiscing about their time on the force and the people they've worked with, further strengthening the subconscious bond Grant will be creating.
I just don't understand how we got to this point.
Yeah, me neither.
You're willing to talk? Tell
I'm
me.
just ready to go to bed.
I don't blame you. Me too.
Not going to your bed though.
And we could do
Not
that.
going to your bed, man.
Just talk to me.
Well, I just have to, since you read those rides, I have to do the ride.
Well, what's the difference?
You know the difference.
Regardless of something happened or not, and if it did, if it was an accident, well, tell me. Like, let me help
Spill the
me help
beans.
you. Like, I want to know what I can do or what happened today to be able to explain it later.
I don't know what happened today. I just need to.
You know, people are gonna have questions. Your family.
Well, I have questions.
Come to think of it, bro, he looks like everybody's grocery store general manager. You see his ass?
Cordero is making a conscious effort to use inclusive language, such as, "We will figure this out together." This and her open and expressive body language are both techniques she's using to make Grant feel more relaxed, and as though he's part of the solution, not the problem.
She risen him up.
Making every effort to be
She risen him up.
in hopes that
his pants are getting
finally open
stiff.
up to her,
His
or at
pants are
least
getting
work
hella
her way
stiff.
in.
We can start from the very beginning. I mean, I know you probably slept in because you work nights. I work nights. Trust me, I worked nights for almost 4 years. I understand how that sleep schedule is.
Yeah, I was asleep, so
So,
messed up.
did you sleep in today? Yeah, I bet you did. You could have got to work tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What time did you get up?
Noonish.
Around noon. That's usually what time I got up too. Did you watch anything good on TV? Usually that's what I do. I'd eat. And
God damn, bro.
woke myself up a little bit.
Bro, he's smiling and giggling and shit.
Oh yeah? You watch the same episodes? Or like, do you have a specific TV show you would wake up and watch?
Well, we watched, my wife always has it on, I can't remember what channel it's called, right now, TV Land.
Oh, okay. I haven't really watched any of that. I couldn't even tell you what it was about. Is your wife like that?
Oh, well, I think she'd better watch other stuff, but that's
Yeah.
Okay, get to the point. Incriminate this motherfucker, man. Come on now.
But finally, Grant is talking.
Yeah, he's talking.
Cordero has found her way in. If
He's-
she can keep
he's
the flow of this
talking.
conversation up, she might be slowly able to extract
The fat lady is
information from him
singing.
even without him knowing. Talking about specifics such as TV shows and sleep schedules, even that could lead to catching him in a lie and placing him in certain places at certain times. But most importantly, she's building a connection with him and continuing to let him talk, which increases the chance that he either slips up or decides to make it easier on the detectives and answer a question.
This is how it always happens, bro. This is what happens when you think with your head instead of thinking with your head. Now, listen, for the ones who know what it do, you know what it do. You know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, you're going to end up just like this motherfucker. Don't think with your head. Think with your head, if you know what I'm saying.
Predictably, as soon as Cordero started asking him to talk about the case again, he shut down once more, refusing to answer any more questions and staying silent.
Come on now.
To live for, beautiful family who I've had the privilege of talking to. The way I look at it is, you're a man. Men face their mistakes and they own up to them.
Oh, excuse me.
And they figure out what happened and figure out how to solve it and move on. Like I said, I'm honestly here to help you.
She's
I
not.
would understand that. I
She's
wouldn't
not.
spend my time in here with you if I didn't. And that something happened today.
That's the biggest lie, bro.
To be explained.
That's the biggest lie. Dog, if she convicts your ass, she gonna get a raise.
Grant doesn't move an inch, again realizing that his only chance of being let off is to not speak and hope they don't find anything.
Dude, he's smart.
I like you. I like this fella that was a detective here. And I know y'all don't care about any of that and stuff. And I just don't know how to I haven't had this happen before. Being brought in and interrogated for something. So I really don't care, but I just don't know how to be silent. Sitting over here looking like a jerk.
No, you're not. That, honestly, you are far from that. You're very polite. Don't you know why you're here?
I appreciate you guys, and I'm just gonna get a lawyer.
It's up to you.
But
You can either-
obviously something's going on, and I need one.
I just want to hear your side, but
That's Raz, bro. As soon as he gets a
After
lawyer.
hours of almost pointless back and forth, Grant finally asks for a lawyer, meaning the detectives can no longer question him, and concludes the interrogation. But this is far from where the story ends. Between this interrogation and the final court hearing, Grant and his lawyer both realized that there was simply no way he was going to be released scot-free.
So you went to jail?
Not only was there a man at the scene of the crime who all but saw him pull the trigger, people were also starting to realize that he'd actually either been fired or resigned from 3 different police force jobs before becoming the chief of police in his hometown. So on October 16th, 2017, he pleaded guilty to the first-degree murder, but refused to reveal his motive, leaving each member of James Appleton's family without closure to this day. However, as Grant was being prosecuted, a shocking revelation was made that turned him, a murderer, into a senseless monster of a human being.
What'd he do?
As his DNA was being taken, they realized it was already in the system under an unknown name for a crime committed almost 20 years ago.
What?
In November of 1997, a teacher at Frank Tillery Elementary School went to the teacher's lounge bathroom only to be met by a man brandishing a gun that forced her into a stall. The man then raped her and fled, taking care not to touch anything or leave evidence behind.
Oh my god, this was the prequel?
Local police did everything they could to identify the perp, but after 20 months of effort, the investigation went cold until 20 years later when Grant Hardin's DNA was found to be a perfect match.
Oh
because
my
police
god!
had obtained a John Doe warrant back in 2003, allowing them to arrest an unknown suspect and bypass the statute of limitations. He was hit with the 14-year sentence for his on top of the 21 years for the murder of James Appleton.
Oh my god.
Hardin was sentenced to 35 years in prison.
Nah, that ain't enough, bro.
The rest of his life behind bars.
But that's still not enough, dog. That's still not enough, bro. He should have died. He should have died. He should have died. They should have taken his ass and burned him alive. Just burned him, completely burned him to ashes, disintegrated his ass on impact, bro, like they did the dinosaurs. That last one, oh my god, that last one was messed up, bro. That shit got me shaking a little bit, dude. I don't know if you can see that. I'm a little bit like... Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that was good. That was really good. You guys, you gotta be careful out here, man. You gotta be careful out here. I don't feel like anybody should be, committing crimes or doing anything of that nature. But if you're going to try to do that, you might as well do it properly. You know what I mean? Do it properly. Don't leave any mistakes. Obviously, like I said, you don't commit any crimes at all. But if you're gonna do it, you got to do it at least properly. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this was good. This was good. You guys, make sure you guys leave a like on the video if you guys have not left a like on the video yet, man. I'm watching each and every one of you. The ones who do not like the video are gonna get whoopings, bro. You're gonna get whoopings. I'm gonna take you and just whoop you from behind and violate you. Pause. Because you're not liking it. So everyone like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, man. Road to 20K subscribers. I think we're almost there. We're really close. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Like the video. Leave a comment down below. I read all the comments, guys. Okay, I read all the comments. I can't respond to all of them. But I see all of them. I see you guys. I'm reading it all the time. So make sure you leave your comments down below. Tell me what you guys would want me to react to in the future. And on that note, I'm going to see you guys in the next video.
See just how I'm coming, yeah, I did this on my own. Don't you tell me something, cause I did it all alone. You ain't helping nothing, no, nah, nah. You ain't helping nothing, no, nah, nah. Came up from the guys and niggas show me some respect. Niggas mad cause I ain't break 'em off on all these checks. You ain't helping nothing, no, nah, nah. You ain't helping nothing, no, nah, nah.